Soji and David. So we are doing some video for YouTube, and we are asking Nigerians here at the University of Lagos, what do they think of Ghana? About the people, the country, the similarities with Nigeria, the differences. What is your opinion?
Okay, Ghana. I think Ghana is generally like a peaceful place. I've not been there before, but I've heard of different things about what they do in Ghana. About their food and every other thing. Their culture is a very beautiful one. Yeah.
How about you, David?
Okay, talking about the cultural differences, something like we have in Nigeria, right, diversity, different cultures, we have different languages. Unlike Ghana, I don't want to say small, but then they are rich in culture, in the cultural aspects. Yes, yeah.
Well, of course, Nigeria is much bigger, right?
Yeah,
how big is Nigeria? It's
very big.
It's like 200 million or something.
Ghana jollof is better than this.
The jollof?
Yeah,
Which one?
Jollof rice.
Nigerian jollof.
The Nigerian jollof. Okay. So I'm sensing something. There will be some jollof thing. But are there any other differences?
Education aspects.
Education?
Yeah, so I think Nigerian educational system is actually good. I mean, we have different syllables. We consider many syllables and the likes. Unlike the Ghanaians, they stick to a particular syllable for a very long time, and it's not like evolving, something like that. Yeah.
All right. Have you been to Ghana?
No, I have not. But I have friends there, and I also follow up other countries.
All right.
Yes.
Are there a lot of students from Ghana here at the campus?
Yes. We have 3 in my departments.
All right.
So for them to come and study English in Nigeria, so it means a lot.
Oh, okay.
Hi guys. I better make Radoves, make I laugh before I forget. Oh my goodness. Oh, you did not tell me, there's an achievement added to the Nigerian CV. Ghanaians go to Nigeria to learn English. How come I'm just hearing about this? You people didn't tell me. Then, oh. You know how we do. It's Hi sweethearts, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ella Chilaka, the Ohema Abona of the Asante Kingdom and the whole of Ghana. Please, if you like my kind of contents, kindly hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification button so that whenever I post anything you would get notified. And also like this video, please. And if you are my already subscribed viewer, you know I've got so much love for you, right? So if people did not tell me that Ghanaians actually go to Nigeria to learn English, and that is a big achievement. Hey, a very big accomplishment for the Nigerian education system. Do you know what it means? I mean, for Ghanaians to go to Nigeria University of Lagos, a whole University of Lagos, to go and learn English. Charlie. Hey, what am I doing here? Be like I go back. I go back because this one where my country people they go learn English from Nigeria. And be say we don't make the wrong choice with that. See the way he was sounding, talk about sounding so confidently ignorant. Which Ghanaians say there are so many Ghanaians in Nigeria studying? Charlie, I doubt, because rather it's rather the opposite. A lot of Nigerians are studying in Ghana. A lot of Nigerians come to Ghana to study year in, year out. So what the hell is he talking about? Or he's just trying to give himself small hope, like make you be like, see, which Ghanaians they go study English in Nigeria? I beg, which English? Okay, I know, yeah, we speak English, like to us, our English there, don't even try it. Our English is something else, Charlie. Hey! Did you hear me? Oh, I'm not sure you heard me. I said our English is something else. Meanwhile, I think when you actually type most of the words, on Google and search for the right pronunciation, you follow the vowels, the pronunciations are usually much closer to the way Ghanaians pronounce the words than how the Nigerians pronounce words. Like the ones who say pastor or doctor. The Ghanaians will say pastor, right? Meanwhile, I think the right pronunciation is pastor. Pastor. What? I don't want to bite my lips. If you know how best to pronounce, if you know how best to pronounce pastor or pasta. Hey, I think Ghanaians pronounce it as pasta, like pasta. Meanwhile, the Google right pronunciation says, I think pasta. Yeah, Charlie, I beg, whatever. If they whichever one, but I beg. Nigerian education is nothing close to the Ghanaian education system. It is nothing close to it. Trust me. These people's certificates are more recognized and valued than the Nigerian certificates. Like, if you graduate from Nigeria with your first class, you can't get a job with your certificates easily. You go to Europe or England to maybe apply for a job with your certificate that you got first class upper in Nigeria. You're still gonna need to go take it again, like you're gonna need to take that course over again. I don't know if it's the same with the Ghanaian certificates. Can you easily get a job with your certificates here in Ghana, or you still need to go through trainings all over again when you get to the abroad? Let me know in the comment section. So that being said, with the way the whole setting, the frustration in the system, the corruption in the system, the negligence in the system, especially the fact that the country is mostly ruled by illiterates, not uneducated, wealthy people, powerful, uneducated people. Those are the people that rule that country. And you go to this system, let's say the security offices, you get a lot of uneducated officers. You go to, in fact, a whole lot. So in situations like that, you see someone that will build a school. Now, instead of you to get a professional teacher, employ a professional teacher, you will just call maybe one of your cousins to come and teach children, just so that you don't get to pay much. And you find out that there was this school, British school, I changed my kids to one time before we left Nigeria. Of course, they didn't even make it past one time there. I returned them to their former school, because when I moved closer to the airport, the school was close to the airport, standard. Pie. The building was something else. In fact, it was actually British standard. Color me surprised when the first day I noticed that the teachers were online. My class posting status, updating her status and all that. Kilo day, because their former school, you don't get to see any teacher online until maybe break time or school is over. But that school, British school, I saw that everybody was online doing their thing, posting status and all that every second. Last thing, 2 minutes a year. I said, where they go? It was when I started noticing that my girl is losing her beautiful handwriting, because she has always won best in handwriting in her former school. The badge was constantly with her. She was always winning it. And then all of a sudden I noticed that her handwriting was looking somehow. What's going on? So I had to go there, unannounced, and the handwriting of the teacher on the board didn't look like a teacher's handwriting, right? Because I'm like, what's this? So I told the teacher that, please, what the handwriting you're writing is actually affecting the children because they are trying to write according to what they are seeing on the board. And another thing I noticed too was that the children will come back so exhausted, their stockings are so dirty because they are playing. Like the teacher will just tell them to go to the playground so she can press phone. I noticed they were playing too much. They were playing too much. What's going on? Every minute, playing. They come back from school. They are looking so exhausted. They have been playing. Sweating. I'm like, what's... And this school I'm talking about was even more expensive than their previous school. The other thing I noticed, my girl was, she had a homework. She did it. And she got the answer wrong. I told her, no, that answer is not correct. She said, I noticed she wrote something initially, erased it and wrote the different thing. So I asked her, what did you write before? She mentioned. I said, that was the correct answer. She said, yes, she wrote that, she got that, but that when she checked her notes, the one that she got in class was not the same, so she had to do it the way she got it in class. I checked and she failed that particular question. It's supposed to be 10 over 10. It's supposed to be 9 over 10. She got it 10 over 10. I cross-checked it, all this. That particular question, she failed it, but it was marked good, which confused her. She now had to forget about what she knew and do it the way she did the one she got good in class. So I told her, always, when you're confident about your answer, don't remove it, don't erase it. Keep it that way, okay? She agreed. So the next morning I got to the school. I asked the teacher, what is going on? Is everything okay at home? She said, oh, this one. No, she said yes. I said, well, because this particular question, my girl failed it, but I noticed you marked it good. So can you explain to me how come she got an answer wrong and you marked it good? Say, oh, it was a mistake. I said, no, you don't make such mistakes because you are a teacher. Whatever is going on, you shouldn't bring it to school, She apologized and then started telling me what was going on with her. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay for a therapy session for you. You're going to need to talk to a therapist. Get whatever is disturbing you off your chest and focus on teaching the kids. She was so happy. I paid for a therapy session for her and she was thanking me, always thanking me. I saw little improvement afterwards, but I already made up my mind that as soon as they finish this term, I'm taking them out of here. I'm not about that, And this was, I also noticed that the discipline was, because it's a wealthy people's school, like almost all the bourgeois in Delta State, their kids are there. So the kids are allowed to do whatever they want. They come to school late and nobody... you see driver bringing a child to school 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. and nothing is, they just enter the class at them. Sometimes you see the kid, his tie will hold it in his hand instead of dressing properly. So I noticed that I told myself, I don't need to talk too much. Let me manage. Let them finish that term. I'm returning them to their former school. I'll just be driving. There's a longer distance, but I don't mind. So when they were having a cultural day, I packed my girl's hair nicely, dressed her up. I got to school and she already had makeup on. What the hell? There was lipstick on her lip. There was powder, foundation, whatever. I was so mad. I don't even apply makeup like that myself. My makeup no pass lip gloss, pencil, lip gloss on my lips, I'm good. you know, like, I don't have anything against people that apply makeup, but what the hell is a makeup doing on a child's face? I was so upset. I was so furious. Everybody was begging me. I said, you don't do that. Are you trying to tell my girl? Why? She said, oh, that she wanted her to look beautiful. Are you more beautiful than my daughter? Have you seen my daughter? The most beautiful girl, my girl, and I always teach that she is the most beautiful girl walking under the planet Earth. You're applying makeup on her, telling her you want her to look beautiful. Excuse me, what are you trying to do? She was apologizing and begging. I said, no, you actually made my girl look ugly. I gave birth to a very, very pretty girl. She's so naturally beautiful. She is aware that she is beautiful. Like the way she adores her hair, the way she carries, she knows she's beautiful. And you are telling her she needed the makeup to look beautiful? Seriously, I was mad. You know, I was really, really furious. Honestly, I would have really slapped that teacher. But I really had to, you know, hold my peace for the sake of the kids. You know, I didn't want to get bad. But I told her, you know what? I'm taking my kids out of this school, and that I took my kids out of the school. 2 other parents took their kids, like 4 or 6 kids, out of the school. They lost a lot of students because of me, and I'm not sorry, because I got to find out later that this lady was a storekeeper. She was the storekeeper of the school. She takes care of the books and all that. The bookkeeper, yeah. The man, the owner of the school, told her to go to the class, to go and be teaching. She just carry the book, write what she sees on the book, and go and start pressing phone. Now, a lot of parents don't even pay attention to these things. Me, I do. I go to my children's school unannounced, uninvited. No, I'm not about that. I'm not the type of mother that will come and pay school fees and go home, and then anything you people like. No, I follow up, so that I will be sure you're not contradicting the morals I'm teaching at home and the ones they are getting there. And I'm glad I did that. There was a day I came to give snacks to my kids. I think I was going to the farm, so I passed by the school, you know, around 10:30, so I could give them 10 o'clock, so I could give them the snacks and things. And behold, one boy was being dropped by the driver. He was holding his tie. He didn't even button his shirt, where he was holding his tie on his hand, and the driver moved. I asked the teacher, I said, please, is this a student here? She said, yes. I said, okay, why is he coming to school by this time? He said, now they are away. I said, excuse me, now they are away? Hello? What do you mean now they are away? 10 o'clock a.m. a boy is coming to school. Okay, are you trying to tell the other children who are punctual that they are wasting their time? They don't know what they are doing. What are you doing? Their former school, 8 o'clock, they've locked the gate. If you like, Bidangote, you are taking your kid back home. I so love that school, and their discipline and moral standards were similar to what I had at home. So it was a very good foundation for my kids. You don't let children come to school anytime they like, because you are rather trying to discourage the ones that are, you know, coming early, or trying to make them feel like, oh, they are not supposed to obey instructions, or, you know, follow the school's rules and regulations. I called the boy. I said, how old are you? He mentioned, what's your name? He said, are you not ashamed of yourself? Look at the time you're coming to school. Now wear your tie. Button up and wear your tie properly. He was just looking at me like, who is this one? You know, that kind of, but he didn't have a choice, because my face was not looking any friendly. He knew I meant business. I said, right now, because if you want to feel like you are a grown-up, I would handle you like a grown-up. Now, if you are in this school, it means you're still a child. So button up properly, put on your ties as you should, dress neatly. Now, reluctantly, he did that. I said, don't you like how you look now? He said this. I said, don't ever. You are not supposed to come to school late. The time you're supposed to be in school before assembly. You don't come to school late. Why? Say, oh, the driver went somewhere. And guess what, guys? Their house was just behind the school. Like, it was a walkable distance. Your driver went somewhere to get fuel. You couldn't walk to school. Your house is just here. You couldn't walk to school. You waited till the driver got back around 10 to bring you to school. Oh, chairman of the Republic of Nigeria. Well done, sir. I said, the next time you come to school late, you have me to deal with. I said, I know you'll be wondering who is this woman. But let's leave it for the next time. I see you come to school late. The next day, when I went to drop my kids, he was walking into the compound. I greeted her, my friend, how are you? He said, I'm fine. I said, oh, you came to school today by yourself? He said, yes. I said, oh, you didn't wait for the driver? He said, yes, the driver went to, because there was fuel scarcity then. So the driver would go early to queue, join the queue. So whenever he comes, I said, yeah, the way you came to school now, can't you see? At least you 2 subjects, you wouldn't miss it. Because you're waiting for drivers, big man picking, then your house is not far. If your house was far, I would understand. Your house is just the back street here. It's not even up to 5 minutes walk. And you were waiting for a driver. Now that you're in school early, can't you see how you're properly dressed? Don't you like how you look? He said he does. I said, good, you're my friend. You see? So if I hadn't done that, that boy would have thought it's okay to do whatever you like. You are above the law. That is how it starts. The system is messed up. Yeah, I know there are schools that are good. I'm not going to lie, because my kids attended Prowess. Prowess is a very, very good school in Asaba, right? But my focus is on the ones that are not. It's not every child that is privileged to attend school that, prioritizes morals, and then education. This man built this beautiful school. It's like, this school looks like a hotel. It's European standard, British standard for real. Beautiful. You won't even see any wooden, the classroom, everything top notch. But then he didn't employ professional teachers because he didn't want to pay. Businessman, it's about the money for him. He didn't want to pay professional teachers. He just put you go and teach all the subjects. You can imagine a bookkeeper he took her into, and this is supposed to be a British school, very expensive. So anybody that wants to come and compare Ghana, and no, I'm not saying there are no, schools in Ghana that, also have their own negative, especially the private schools, right? The Ghanaian private schools really need attention, honestly. I'm not saying there are no schools in Ghana that are below standard, but the schools in Ghana that are what standard, like when it comes to the education, they are way more, much more better, more in numbers. You can't compare it to Nigeria. Trust me. And when it comes to the universities, no now. You can't compare. Honestly, that comparison no follow at all. That comparison no follow. Nigerian education, you have blah blah blah. Nigerian universities that are buying themselves every Eke market day through to cultism and all that. Fraternities are always buying each other, killing each other. You will suffer and train your child from kindergarten to graduate. The day of graduation, they will come and buy him for you because he's in another court. He can even not be in any court. Courts that are fighting will buy him. Accidental buying. Sometimes mistaken identity. Sometimes because he's related to their rival. Sometimes, a lot of things. So you don't even compare, please. Ghanaians don't even know what is courtism. Like, to an extent, they don't know what is courtism. Courtism is not being practiced in Ghana schools. You keep that in your house. Trust me, few times that courtism matter has happened in other countries. Now, Nigerians, they carry and go there. A lot of countries have their fraternities and stuff, but the way Nigerian youths handle their own is embarrassing. Some of them go to other countries. Instead of you to go there, do the work, find a greener pasture that brought you, they'll go there and be doing courtism thing. You go to Malaysia, this court and this court is fighting. You go to this country, they are fighting. How? Why? Adults. What are they now teaching their children? Go to South Africa, away, don't even go there. So it would have been better if Nigerian universities were focusing on the academics. So that academics gone that carried them, that took them there. If they were prioritizing it and leaving all those other distractions, just maybe, they would have been up to standard. When they are mentioning universities that are perfect, they can come close to Ghana. But Charlie, forget that English of the Ghanaians came to. Maybe a Ghanaian that was born and brought up in Nigeria, that has been schooling there all those while. You don't say, I don't think a Ghanaian can leave Ghana, go and apply for English as a course in Nigeria. I doubt it, my dear. Find another thing to talk. The Nigerian system, the education, maybe it would have been competing with Ghana, like I said, but a lot of things went wrong. So much corruption, so much distraction, so much, a whole lot. It's not in place. That's why it would have been, really beautiful. This guy is forgetting that Ghanaians used to be the main teachers in Nigeria back in the years, before the Ghana Must Go thing happened. A whole lot of teachers in almost all the schools in Nigeria were Ghanaians. So if Nigerian education, Keneko, how come Ghanaians were teaching them? You see? So he should look for another thing and talk. So this white man went to Nigeria and he was interviewing Dudi. He went to interview some students of Unilag, asking them what they think about Ghana. And they all know past jollof. They all know past culture, this and that, music. Anyway, my own is that at least they mentioned it's beautiful and it's peaceful. That one day enough for me. But Charlie, the jollof thing, can we stop the jollof thing? Like, it's becoming boring every time they're jollof. They don't want to brag with education. I want to hear, Nigerian education is better than, Nigerian police is better than Ghana police. They don't ever argue all those things. It's always jollof. Why? They eat egg. Nigerians eat willy. Can't you brag with presidents, educated leaders, having educated traditional rulers, having educated police officers, and at least this system that is functioning? They can't brag about schools, academic standard. They can't brag about those things. They can't brag about the police. They can't brag about this army system, the soldiers, the military system. They can't brag about those things. They are bragging about jollof. How embarrassing. Jollof, music, fashion, Keneko. They can't brag about, Nigeria is safer than Ghana. Nigeria is peaceful than Ghana. Can't Nigeria be peaceful than Ghana? Why are they always bragging about jollof? Who do them this thing? Their focus is on egg. They are not seeing the academic standard in Ghana. They are not seeing the leaders working. They are not seeing the police. They are not seeing the military. They are not seeing the things happening. They are not seeing the immigration standard. They are not seeing all these things. They are only seeing egg. Ghana is eating egg. That is their problem. That is their main focus. They don't want to see these positive things. But we go to put them for their faces. They must see them by fire, by force. We are here to bring it to them. That is not just egg that we eat in Ghana. Ghana has a lot to offer worldwide than egg. So the earlier they realize that, the better for all of us. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about these confused students that are saying that Nigeria education is better. Ghana has been following the same syllabus, blah blah blah. Anyway, let me know your take in the comment section, guys. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.